What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another NFL Pickles video. This week we got week 14, but before we get to week 14, I found out some crazy news.
And what?
Dan had a perfect week last week, man.
I did. I don't have a life, so I just pour my heart and soul into this. I am proud of nothing in my life. I have accomplished nothing in my life, but this right here is what I do.
That's huge.
And I do it well. So
that's huge.
Oh yeah, it is
first
huge.
perfect week of the season. So, yeah, if you parlayed that would have been nuts. Can you imagine?
I'll parlay it next
That's
week.
crazy.
This week.
It's a sign. So that perfect week puts you. You're still on top. Puts you at 129 and 66. Andrew's in second at 120 and 57. I'm at third, 113 for 82. Not for 82, but 82. And Rest behind me by 3, sitting at 110 and 71. Not a good season for me this year, but we'll see how we do the second half of the season.
I'm just surprised that
Gotta make my adjustments.
I'm just surprised that Rhett was able to break 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all know who's picking for him.
Yeah. His boyfriend.
He's never gonna see this inside joke. It's just gonna be between us.
He doesn't watch these videos, so we could drop first and last if we wanted.
Yeah,
he would have no idea.
I mean, I think it's that time of year where he's actually pretty busy. I think he's working for the big man in North Pole, man. He got summoned.
Yeah, called him up and he said, "Yes, sir. I will be there."
Yeah, he's working hard in North Pole. So keep it up, Brett. You're doing great, man. We're doing it right, man. Keep it up. So week 14, first game on slate, Thursday Night Football. Before we get to there, do you want to say anything about last week, or are you ready to get into this week?
Well, what is there to say about last week besides the NFL wants Trevor Lawrence dead?
Dude, I got so much insight on that.
Oh, you were at that game.
I was at that game.
Bro, what was the crowd reaction? Like, what happened?
Dude, everyone hated that guy. Okay, first of all, I was beefing with a 10-year-old that whole game. And that was my worst mistake because he kept looking back at me after every play. But,
I would have just freaking... He's 10. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Fight me, bro. I bet your dad is fat, alcoholic, and your mom is, like, on her 12th smoke break. It's just me and you, kid. All right?
My money's on you. But there was this guy behind me trying to get his kid to fight that kid. He was like, "Call him bitch. You won't. But it's kind of... Anyways, the hit happened. And everyone started booing. You know, the fights was crazy. He got put back in his sideline, but he came running all the way around, trying to get back to the Jags sideline to start another fight. He was being held back by Will Anderson, and he got ejected. So they were sending him out of the arena, and as he was getting out of the field, everyone was just throwing beer cans and stuff at him. It was crazy.
I saw that, and that was so satisfying to see, like, him get hit in the face with, like, a beer can.
That was okay. I'm not gonna lie. That was late. I know a lot of people are defending him. I'm like, dude, that was a late hit.
He was so slid. It wasn't like I couldn't stop because of my momentum. Like, you can make the momentum argument if it's a late hit on the quarterback in the pocket, but he was sliding and he was like pretty much.
And when he went to go hit, he threw out his elbow too.
Yeah, no, and then I saw his apology and. He was like
trying to make himself a victim.
Bro, he was like, everybody is just racist and Islamophobic, and I'm like,
yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm sure they said some wild stuff to fans, but you mean everyone was pissed. Everyone was pissed,
as they should be. No, you're dirty.
I mean, he has a history of doing this kind of stuff too, so that doesn't help.
Yeah.
First game of the week. We got Thursday night. We got a banger of a game. We got Green Bay at Detroit. Dude, you're going to get me canceled. You're going to get someone to blow me up, dude. All right. First game. We got Green Bay at Detroit. Huge game for the NFC North. This Green Bay is a great game for a Thursday night. I mean, though, Thursday night games have been kind of so-so, but this one is going to be a great game at Detroit. Huge makes it favorable for the Lions. Green Bay has been heating up, destroyed the Dolphins last week, unfortunately. Lions, they survived against the Bears. That was kind of weird. You know, they were winning big in the first half, then kind of let go of it the second half. You can't do that against the Packers, or else they'll come back. So, but I'm still going to go with the Lions. They're home. I think that's huge for the Lions. It's tough to stop the running game of the Lions. And if you can stop the running game, Jared Goff is on 1-2. So, I feel like the Lions are the better team here, the more consistent offense. As for the defense, I think the Packers might have the better defense. But, I mean, the Lions are dealing with injuries, but they're just a well-coached team. And they got all the momentum right now, so it could be the Lions at home.
This is an amazing game. Like you said, on a Thursday night, we're not really... I'm used to, like, watching the end, the, like, fourth quarter of Thursday night games just to see who wins because they all suck. But this one is a first quarter to fourth quarter watch. And honestly, I don't really know who to pick. The Lions, Jared Goff hasn't thrown a stinker in a while. And you know, like sometimes he'll start out a game and he'll just...
Even if he does.
Yeah, I mean...
that 5-interception game?
Yeah, 5-interception game that they still won. But another thing that kind of sketches me out is all the injuries that the Lions are dealing with right now. So you have two hot teams, division rivals. Division games are always weird, unpredictable. I'm going to go with my gut on this one, and I'm going to pick the Packers. If I'm wrong about a game, it will be this one. Because either the Packers barely win, or the Lions absolutely demolish the Packers. There's no in between.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Every time you say it, you get it right. And us disagreeing in the first game makes me know that I'm wrong.
But here's the thing, though. I pick games based on, like, my gut. You pick them based on, like, actual tangible stats. You actually do research and know what you're talking about. I pick them because I'm like...
That's why I suck this year.
But
this is good.
You know, no, these are two great teams. I smell an upset.
I love it. Well, you're the expert here, so we'll see. Green Bay, that's in your favor. Next game, we got Jags at Titans. The battle of the mid. The battle of the trash, actually.
I don't think you can say mid.
Pick. They're not even mid. They're fighting for that first overall draft pick. Jacksonville, I think, from what I saw, Mac Jones was able to move the ball better than Trevor Lawrence. And they actually almost came back against the Texans. So, Mac Jones might be somewhat of the answer for the rest of the season for the Jags. I actually think he might play better with Mac Jones. So, we'll see what happens there. Tennessee Titans, they still got Calvin Ridley, Tony Pollard's having a good season. Will Levis, the meme. They're able to beat the Texans. And they're at home. So I think it should be a close game, actually. I think it's going to be a 50-50 matchup. And I almost want to go with the Jags. I kind of want to go with the Jags. So I think I'm going to go with the Jags on the road.
Ooh, all right.
Trusting Mac Jones as the starter.
Mac Daddy.
They got some weapons on that offense. Tank Bigsby's back. He's playing. Defense... Maybe they'll defend, maybe they won't. But I mean, this is the Titans. They're very similar. But whatever. I got the Jags. Taking the Jags.
I don't think there's a right answer in this one. It's the trash bowl. It's just a deplorable game that I don't even think that the Jags and Titans fans are going to be watching. I think it's just kind of like you wake up from a Saturday night of being absolute hammered. You wake up at 12:45 in the afternoon on Sunday, and that's the only thing that's playing. And in and out of an alcohol sweat nap, you're watching this game. That's what this game is.
I love the setup. It's a game for the alcoholics.
Yeah, man. So give me the Titans here. I have nothing to base it on. Just the fact that they have more working pieces right now. You know, they got Derrick Henry.
Who?
Just kidding.
Let's say.
No, this game is a joke. So, our analysis should be a joke.
All right, let's make this into a dream game. For every incompletion in this game, you gotta take a shot.
We're gonna die.
Good. Next game, we got the Jets. We got the Jets at Dolphins. Dolphins pretty much has to win out the rest of the season now. They were only allowed one more loss, and they used it against the Packers. No more doing that. Can they play in the cold? Absolutely not. The statistics were right. The Dolphins can't play in the cold. But thankfully they play a Jets team that can't figure out how to win a game. Lost against the Seahawks. They could have won that game, but classic Jets. Folded, fumbled, butt fumbled. So the Dolphins are at home. They don't have to play in freezing cold weather, so I think they'll actually turn off this game. So give me the Dolphins at home.
Yeah. The Jets went up big against the Seahawks at the beginning of the game and then just peed the game away. Which I loved watching. I thought it was great. But this Jets team is deplorable. No other word to say about it. The Dolphins, on the other hand,
so weird.
They can't play in the cold, but it was so nice. Tua went 350, 2 touchdowns, clean game, right? So
yeah,
I mean, he had some miscues, whatever, but compare last year's wild card to this year playing in Green Bay. So I think there is light at the end of the tunnel. I don't think it's all bad. But yeah, this Dolphins team cannot play in the cold. But they're playing home crowd. The offense ever since Tua came back has been pretty good. So
yeah,
give me the Dolphins against the Jets team that needs to be relegated down to Pop Warner.
Yeah. He went 37 for 46, 365 passing yards, and 2 passing touchdowns. But he got sacked 5 times. That was the big issue there.
But Tua can play in the cold.
Yeah.
Myth busted.
He's the answer for the Dolphins. We just got to protect him, which we never invest in that O-line for some reason.
Because it's not flashy. The Dolphins want flashy, cool players. The shiny new sports car.
We want speed. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we want the Lamborghini. We don't want the Ford F-250 that has best-in-class towing.
We got to get down and dirty. We got to get gritty.
Yeah.
Work in the trenches.
Oh, yeah.
All right, next game. We got Falcons at Vikings. This is a revenge game for Kirk Cochains. Well, not Kirk Cochains anymore because he hasn't been playing all that great. Last game, threw a pig in the end zone. He might have had a pick 6. I don't remember. But he's not playing great. Falcons, they're able to play against teams with no defenses, but once they come up to a solid defense, it all goes to crap, it seems like. And as the Vikings has a pretty good defense, one of the top defenses this year, and they're at home, it's hard not to pick against the Vikings here. So I'm going to trust with the Vikings. Big shout out to Sam Darnold. Huge season. The coach for the Vikings should honestly be coach of the year, because if you're 10-2 with Sam Darnold's quarterback, or maybe he just turned around his whole career. But I don't know, man. That's a huge turnaround for the Vikings. So give me the Vikings at home. Falcons, it's almost a must-win for them because the Bucs are catching up with them in their division.
Yeah. Who did the Vikings play last week? I watched the game.
The Vikings.
I watched the game. I just can't remember.
The Cardinals.
They were
down. They were down.
Yeah.
But good teams find a way to win, and of course they were able to come back and win that game.
Yeah. So we have 2 teams. One that's hitting it cold right now, and another one that's won a close game last week. I think the easy choice here is the Vikings, better coached. They also have Danny Dimes there now. Come on now.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah, it's the power of Danny Dimes. They're just the better team. They're playing at home. The Falcons, it kind of feels like things are falling apart for them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So, let's roll with the Vikings. defense is going to be a nightmare this week. So.
All right. Moving on. Next game, we got the Saints at the Giants. Battle of the... it's not even the battle of the mids either, man. Another toilet bowl game, man. Saints defense, I mean, is there. They got Derek Carr, no true number one receiver. They gotta have Kamara at least. The Giants, they're gonna be riding with Drew Lock, I believe. I think Tommy DeVito might be out this week again. Do you got any insight on that, Giants fan?
Nope, haven't followed a single thing.
All right, I don't blame you. They're
I'm mentally tapped out.
So, get Shedder to New York. Shedder.
I don't like that pick at all. Everybody keeps on saying that, but I don't like that.
Oh, get him Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. Cam Ward, please. My thing with, I know this isn't the college football podcast, but, my thing with Shedeur, like when we were playing Pop Warner and the coach's son was always the quarterback, and everybody was like,
that's what's happening.
Oh, he's so good. He's so good. I'm not convinced that that's not what's happening now. Like, the coach's kid is the quarterback, and everybody's like, oh, Shedeur. So,
Shedeur.
Yeah, nah, bro. Give me Cam Ward out of Miami.
Operation get Cam Ward to the Giants. So, give me the Saints on the road here.
Oh, yeah. Picking the Saints. I will always love the Giants. I have their logo tattooed on a very compromising part of my body. Right next to Daniel Jones' face, which also is right next to the portrait that I have of Josh Allen, and it's autographed.
I had to get that one removed.
I love Josh Allen, man. I wish he wasn't marrying Haley Steinfeld. I wish he was marrying me.
That's a big loss for everyone. Big loss for everyone.
Big loss on both sides, because she's hot.
Saw the news, I fell on my knees.
Yeah, bro. Oh. When it comes to, NFL couples, you have Travis and Taylor, which are the most popular, but they're so annoying. Why can't more people be like Josh Allen and Haley?
Just low key.
Yeah, so low key. But anyway, we're a football podcast, not a pop culture podcast. I think that the Saints
Maybe we should transition.
Oh, yeah. Big transition. I think the Saints are, a massively better team than the Giants. The Giants need to burn down the entire organization. Apart from the rookies that we drafted this year, because we drafted really good rookies. We got Drew Phillips on defense, Tyrone Tracy, Malik Neighbors. So everybody else who is not them, just go live in the woods somewhere and never come out.
All right. Agreements.
So give me the Saints, man.
All right. We're agreeing with the last few, so that's good. Good sign for me. Next game, we got the Panthers at the Eagles. Panthers are kind of getting hot. They almost beat the Chiefs. They went to overtime with the Bucks. Watch out for them with the Eagles. The Eagles are also a hot team. They're sitting at 10-2. Saquon Barkley was a game changer for them, potential MVP candidate. Currently sitting at second in odds, right behind Josh Allen. But yeah, Saquon Barkley's a huge piece for this Eagles team. Cooper DeJean, another huge piece for that defense. Eagles are hitting on all cylinders right now, actually. So they're on fire. Panthers are also heating up. Watch out for the Panthers, though. I think they keep this close. I'm not going to pick them to win. Eagles are at home. Philadelphia is a hard place to play. But Bryce Young, he's hitting it up on his comeback tour. And I'm rooting for him and the Panthers. But give me the Eagles at home.
Yeah. No, I saw something comparing Bryce Young's stats over the past few weeks. And it was super, encouraging to see. Not that I'm, a Panthers fan. I'll root for the Panthers. But it's got to be tough on Bryce Young to come in high draft pick like he was and just be stinking up until this point. So it's good to see him get some confidence. Hopefully he builds on that and can turn his career around because he's only in year 2. But But I don't think that this Panthers team in any way, shape, or form is built to beat the Eagles. This Eagles team is looking like a Super Bowl team, a Super Bowl winning team, which makes me kind of throw up in my mouth a little just saying that. But it's the facts. They're well coached.
Yeah.
They execute plays well. And since the beginning of the season, they've only gotten better. So I'm going to pick them at home in Philadelphia.
All right. Moving on, next game, we got the Browns at Steelers. Round 2 of this heavyweight fight. AFC North, they always play tough. George Pickens, keep an eye on him in the end zone. He might throw hands with a random DB. That guy, he's the NBA young boy of the NFL. So he always be doing some random stuff outside the play. But he's a heck of a receiver. Anyways, Steelers at home. Browns. Last game, Jameis Winston had the most Jameis Winston game I've ever seen. He went for almost 500 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, 2 of which were almost pick six, and he almost had 40 fantasy points. That's nuts. Jerry Jeudy went off last week too, but they can't find a way to win games, dude. I mean, Jameis Winston is the definition of a gunslinger, but he throws a lot of picks. Steelers got good defense. Their offense has been actually pretty solid. They're at home. It's hard not to go against this. It's hard not to pick the Steelers here. I'm gonna go with the Steelers. They're heating up and they're fighting for that playoff, man. They're definitely in right now, but they're fighting for one of those top seats. So give me the Steelers.
Yeah, clear answer is the Steelers, even though they lost a couple weeks ago when they played the Browns in that really cool snow game.
Yeah.
But times have changed, man. This is a day game.
Times have changed.
In Pittsburgh. I love these games because they're really hard to predict.
Yeah.
I think the AFC North might be the best division, like the most fun division
It
in
is.
football to watch because they just hate each other and they play so hard.
They throw down.
Yeah, they play so hard and aggressive every time they play. So that's always fun to watch. But the Steelers had a massive offensive game last week. Granted, they were playing the Bengals defense, which Bengals defense is the reason why the Bengals are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs already.
Actual factuals.
So I'm not putting too much stock in the fact that they were able to put up 47 points, but at least we know that this offense has the capability to explode for crazy points. So I'm going to confidently pick them for this game.
All right. Next game, we got the Raiders at Bucks. This game is an interesting game. Ain't no calling a quarterback. They should have beat Kansas City. Kansas City's the luckiest. What are they, 11-1 now or something? The luckiest 11-1 team. It's nuts. And I'm sure you're about to go on a rant. But Raiders. No? That is interesting. Raiders should have won that game. They blew it. Now they get to play the Bucks at home. Bucks are fighting to win the NFC South. So this is like a must win for them. Their defense can be a little shaky at time, but their offense, they can go off. Baker Mayfield, another gunslinger. Next 4 or 5 games, Mike Evans needs like 495 yards to get 1,000 yard season. And I think he's going to go off, man. Who's going to guard him on the Raiders? I don't know. But the Raiders also got Brock Bowers, potential offensive rookie of the year candidate. Probably should be. He's been going off. But give me Baker Mayfield and the Buck at home. They're fighting to get that division title.
Hey, man. So, like, I know I didn't go to ref school or anything, but I could have sworn that a false start always results in a dead play.
Yeah, but they called it illegal shift, so that's why.
Yeah, they called it an illegal shift after the play was already after they played out the play. So the play went on, they threw the flag, announced it as a false start, and then for whatever reason changed it to an illegal shift.
Yeah.
which smells so fishy. You would think that I'm in Taylor Swift's bathroom right now. So,
Jesus. That's crazy.
um,
That was funny. That was funny.
no, like they can't be
There's the
this blatant with like willing the Chiefs to win. Like I know it's a big conspiracy, and I know it's fun to like hate the Chiefs because who doesn't hate the Chiefs? They freaking suck. But there is no way that the NFL is this blatant, right? Like, I don't know. But anyway, the Raiders, nothing great is happening. They're a super inconsistent team. They almost beat the Chiefs twice. Then they'll get blown out by a team the next week. So either the Chiefs really, really, really suck, or the Raiders have the occasional good game. But Tampa has so much to play for. And
Yeah.
I think this offense is going to cook. Because the Raiders' defense, I don't
Let
think I
them cook.
could name another person who's not Max Crosby. So give me the Tampa Bay at home. They're going to be 7-6. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Next game, we got Seattle at Arizona. Now, this was an interesting game when they first played. Seattle was at home, came out with the win. Now, Arizona's at home. Another 50-50 game here. Seattle is an interesting team. They're a team that can go off offensively, or they can be slow. They're a hot and cold, streaky team. So, which Seattle team we're going to get? I don't know. Jackson Smith, he's been going off. I mean, Gino's been on and off. Defense has to step up. Arizona, Kyler Murray's been having a good season, but they're also kind of like a streaky team. They could have finished the game last week against the Vikings. They were winning for most of the game. Honestly, should have won, but couldn't get it done. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with the streaky Seattle team. They somehow find ways to win games, and they were able to beat this Cardinals team the first time. I'm going to go with them to beat them the second time on the road this time, though.
Another divisional game, another good game, another close game. I'm going to go with the Cardinals here, though. It came down to a 4th down conversion last week against the Vikings. So they were so close to beating the Vikings team, which is known for their defense, and Sam Darnold playing like prime Tom Brady, Justin Jefferson, prime
Thanks.
Randy Moss. So if this Arizona team was able to get so close to beating the Vikings, I'm going to somewhat 50-50 confidently say that they're going to beat the Seahawks, especially since they're playing in Arizona. But I don't know. Yeah, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Arizona for this one.
Yeah. I mean, I think the NFC West is another fun division to watch. They're usually high scoring games.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, you got the Bills at Rams. Bills, current MVP favorite, Josh Allen. I wonder why. Last week, he had 2 passing touchdowns, one to himself, a receiving touchdown, and also a rushing touchdown. First time I ever saw that happen. Huge fantasy day. Huge fantasy day for
We love those days.
But, Jesus. Yeah, huge day for him. They went off. This Bills team is on fire right now, sitting at 10-2. They're a tough team to play. And the Rams, I mean, for the defense, they just got to pray that D-line can get to Josh Allen, which he's been mobile enough to get away from pressure or give him enough time to give himself some time to throw it downfield. So the Bills are the hotter team. They're one of the favorites to win the AFC. They're going on the road against the Rams. I don't think the Rams are too difficult to play at LA. So give me the Bills. I think they're the better team here, and I think they're going to continue their streak.
Yeah, the Bills are pretty much going on vacation. They played in a snow game last week, and this week they're traveling to sunny Southern California, playing in probably 80-degree weather, thawing out. But it's not going to be a vacation for the Rams at all. I think the Bills are going to come in, and I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but it'll probably be a 10-point win by the Bills. I think they're just better coached. Like you said earlier, they're the hotter team. Los Angeles hasn't been able to establish themselves consistently winning this year. You know, they'll have a big statement win, and you'll be like, okay, the Rams are back. Puka and Kupp, Stafford, they're all going to mesh together like, you know, last year. But we haven't seen that consistency.
Nah.
So I don't see them winning this game.
All right. Moving on. Next game, you got the Bears at 49ers. 49ers are down bad, man. Christian McCaffrey's done for the season, it seems like. They only had him for like 2 or 3 games. Sorry for those who drafted him with the first pick. I am one of them. I regret it. I knew I shouldn't have drafted him, but mistakes were made. San Francisco, they pretty much need to win out and have some things go their way to make the playoffs. Super unlikely now, but I mean, what's going in San Francisco's favor is Brock Purdy's back. Last week, might have had some rust, and also he played in the blizzard. They don't have to worry about that now that they're playing in San Francisco. So, yeah, I think their offense could figure things out. The Bears, I mean, they don't got to worry about too much of the Bears. I mean, their whole line, they're pretty much just traffic cones. I'm sure Nick Bosa can get past that. So, yeah, and offensively struggling. Bears actually has been heating up, though, but still struggle to win games. So, give me the 49ers at home.
I'm going to go for another underdog pick, and I'm going to pick the Bears. They almost beat the Lions last week. Like, it got close. It was definitely closer than it should have been.
They should at least tied it.
Yeah, it was closer than it should have been. And then, the head coach firing effect. I will swear by it until the day that we stop making these videos. The week after a head coach gets fired, unless you're the New York Jets, because I was wrong about them winning. The week after a head coach gets fired, the team always goes crazy. So, I'm going to pick the Bears here on the road. Let's see what they can do without Matt Eberflus. Maybe they'll make a statement, a tribute to their old head coach, and with their first offensive play, they'll call a timeout.
I don't know, it sounds like the players hated him.
No, literally. So give me the Bears here and the upset.
Huge.
Yeah. That's all I got.
All right. Sunday night. Got the Chargers at Chiefs. Huge AFC West battle. Jim Harbaugh turned the Chargers around. They're looking pretty good. Competent football team. Competitive football team. The Chiefs, they're at home. And they're a lucky team, man. Lucky team. I gotta get them. They know how to win games somehow. Give me the Chiefs. All efforts are futile against the Chiefs, apparently. They've done something to be... They always find a way to win. Patrick Mahomes is inevitable. And Chargers, I don't know who is going to stop them on the defense. I mean, Chiefs got options, but they are missing Rashee Rice heavily. So, actually, the Chargers do have a chance. I think this actually is a 50-50 matchup. Chargers are going to give the Chiefs a run for the money. But Chiefs are going to be up by... Okay, here's how the game's going to go. Chiefs are going to be up 27-24 against the Chargers. Chargers has the ball. They're driving down the field. They're at the Chiefs' 30-yard line, ready to kick a field goal. As the kicker get ready to snap the ball, they snap the ball, they fumble it, and the Chiefs end up with the football and win the game. So that's how the games go. Spoilers alert.
I will actually be upset if that is the case. Honestly,
it's inevitable.
No, this is the Chiefs, not Thanos.
It's the same thing at this point.
Yeah, I don't like this game because I don't want the Chiefs to win. I'm going to pick the Chargers because I refuse to pick the Chiefs.
You sound scarred.
Yeah. But no, like you said, I think the Chargers actually have a chance here. Little guy you might have never heard of, Lad McConkey. Lad McConkey.
McConkey Con.
Yeah, bro. Going off. Well-coached team. And they're 8-4. They have earned that record. They have a decent run game. Defense, it's okay. And the Chiefs don't have the same offensive explosiveness that they have in years past. So I'm not really worried about the matchup with the Chiefs offense on the Chargers defense. So I'm gonna pick the Chargers here, even though they are away. We'll see how it goes. Who knows?
Yeah, and the key to beating the Chiefs is you gotta play a perfect game. You can't shoot yourself in the foot, which every team has been doing when they play the Chiefs. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. Monday night,
Monday night.
we got the Bengals and the Cowboys. Two teams trying to fight for a playoff spot. Will they get there? I don't know. Should be a good matchup though. Cowboys are gonna be at home. Bengals are on the road. You know, the Bengals they got a hell of an offense, but the defense is what brings them down. Cowboys, their defense is what I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Cowboys actually. Cooper Rush, he's actually been pretty solid. They're able to win games. I mean, I don't even know. They just beat the Giants last week. Now they're full of life. They're full of life after beating the Giants. Bengals, heartbreaker. They scored 35 points and still can't win a game. Disappointing. But I think the Bengals are going to continue the trend of them scoring a crazy amount of points on offense. And if they do that, I don't think the Cowboys will be able to keep up in terms of scoring. So I'm going to go with the Bengals. But every time I go with the Bengals, they've been losing. They haven't been a trustworthy team to pick, but yet here I am picking them. So go Bengals.
Nah, I'm going to pick them too. They're too strong on offense. They have, I don't want to say a Super Bowl caliber offense, but I think very close to Super Bowl.
You got a competitive team on offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think Joe Burrow leads quarterbacks in all categories, right?
He's going crazy. He's having a hell of a season.
Yeah.
Man. I actually don't know.
I think, I might be wrong.
If he's leading.
I might be wrong, but I think he's leading all quarterbacks. So that just goes to show you, when you have a quarterback who's playing as well as Joe Burrow is, and they're putting up 42 points on the Steelers, who are known to be a defensive team, and they still lose that game, you know there's something majorly wrong on the other side of the ball. So the question now becomes, is the Cowboys offense strong enough to capitalize on the Bengals' weak defense? And I don't think that they are. It's a night game, so at least CD won't have to see the sun coming through the windows, but I don't think that they'll be able to keep up with the barrage that's about to come from the Bengals offense.
Yeah, and you're right. Joe Burrow is leading the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns, and he only has 5 interceptions, but he's been sacked 30 times. That's the 10th most in the league, so not good. With number 1 being Caleb Williams with 49, surprising.
Wow.
But yeah, that wraps up this week of NFL picks. Thank you guys for watching. Maybe Dan can go 16-0 again. Go for the legendary 32-0.
I'm going to put my entire life savings on a parlay. All right?
Dude, I'm just cheering for you at this point. I'm not even chasing you. I'm cheering for you. Any last words, Dan?
The opinions reflected in this show do not necessarily represent Matthew or his family or his opinions or the opinions of his school or workplace. These are my opinions, and I don't take responsibility for them.
Don't take responsibility for my acts. All right, appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video, comment down below. Make sure to share this video with your friends and family. And catch you guys next week. Peace.